Hello everyone, this is Madhavi Karamudi, Assistant Professor in CSE Department. In this lecture, I'll talk about event handling. So what is an event? How to handle that event using JavaScript code. So let me explain what is an event first. Then we'll see the sources that will generate the events. Then we'll see how the event will be handled by using some programs. First of all, an event means the change in the state of an object is known as a event. Suppose if you see any kind of web page, every page is a collection of different form elements. Every page contains some buttons, some text fields, and some radio buttons, checkboxes like that. Okay, so all those form elements are objects. So all those form elements, whenever you click on any object or any form element, automatically it will changes its state, right? Suppose if you click on button, automatically that button will goes down, right? That means from the button up state to it is going to button down state. So that is also a change in the state. So the change in the state of an object is a event. So whenever the change of the object state is changed, according to that, if something reacts, then that is called it as the process of reacting over to the event is called as event handling. So generally every HTML element contains some set of elements, and every HTML element is associated with some set of elements. Whenever the event occurs, automatically it will trigger some code. It may be a JavaScript code or it may be any kind of scripting code. Let us see the important components of event handling. So in the event handling mechanism, we'll see three main important components. First one is events. What kind of events that will be generated by the objects. Second one is event source. Who will generate that event is a event source. Suppose whenever I click on the button, some event will be generated at the end, at the back, right? So here, who is generating that event? Button is generating the event. So button is the event source. Now third one is listeners. So this is also a object, or it may be a physical object, or it may be a some software component like some program. Whenever an event occurs, automatically, according to your event, if something or some function or some object reacts, then that function or that object is called as listener. So whenever an event occurs, whatever listener that is associated to your event source automatically gets notified. Okay. Now see, I'll tell you the simple example. Just assume that we have a button on the form. Okay. So whenever I click on the button, I want to execute some function. Okay. I have linked one JavaScript function to my button whenever on-click event is generated, right? So in this example, button is the event source. Whenever I click, some action will be generated. That we are calling it as event. Whenever I click on, whenever that event is generated, I want to execute the function, right? So here, whenever that event is generated, automatically the signal goes to that function, automatically your function will get executed. So your function is a listener. Okay. So let us see the sources of the events. So here all the HTML form elements may generate the events, and your window also will generate some event. Your document area of your browser also will generate some events. Okay, these are the main sources of events: mouse events, form events, window events, keyboard events. Okay, so when the mouse events occurs, whenever you press the mouse buttons, then automatically mouse events occurs. Whenever you click on some form elements like a radio button or checkbox or text field or text area field or some button in the form, automatically form events will be generated. Window events. Window events means this is similar to form events only. Ultimately, your form will be displayed in the window only, right? So whenever you open a window, particular browser window, automatically one action will be generated at the back. That action we are calling it as a window event. And whenever you click on the close button on that window, automatically that window will get down. Okay, that window will be closed. So that will be the event. Okay, similarly, next category is keyboard events. So with the keyboard buttons also, we can generate some events. So those we are calling it as keyboard events. These are the normal, some few event sources. Let us see the form events first. Okay, so these are the list of events that occurs whenever the form is generated. That means when on the form, these are the main sources, main events. On click event. So this on click event will be generated because of either mouse or keyboard. Okay, so on the form, we'll see the buttons. So whenever you press the button on the form, automatically on click event will be generated. Okay, this on click event will be generated because of the buttons in the form. Now change event. Okay, whenever you change the text in the text field, or whenever you change the options in any of the form element, automatically on change event will be generated. Okay, next one, submit event. So this submit event, actually this is a submit event. How to specify that submit event in the JavaScript form is by using attribute on submit. So when this on submit event will be generated, whenever you click on the submit button in your HTML page, automatically your code will be submitted to the server. Okay, so whenever you click on submit button in your HTML page, on submit event will be generated at the back. Similarly, we'll see a reset button also on the form, right? Whenever you click on the reset button, at the back on reset event will be generated. Because of this event, whatever action you have specified for that event, that action will get executed. Suppose if you write a code for clearing all the contents of the form, automatically all that contents will be cleared, right? Now next one is select. So on select event will be generated whenever you select the options from the select box or drop down box, then on select event will be generated. Blur event. Okay, this blur and focus events both are related. So first I'll explain the focus event. Suppose whenever you open a form, whenever you open a web page, automatically your web page will get the focus, right? On the web page, we will see multiple form elements. Just assume that I have 4 text fields and some radio buttons and some text boxes. Whenever you try to enter text in the first text box, automatically that first text box will get some light. That first text box will get some focus, right? That means whenever you try to attempt some text or try to insert some text in that, automatically on that the element will get the focus. So at that time on focus event will be generated. Similarly, you are not filling the, you didn't fill that first field. You directly come to the, if you directly come to the second field, automatically the first field will loses the focus, right? So in that case, on blur event will be generated. Whenever the element loses its focus, then on blur event will be generated. Whenever the element gets the focus, then on focus event will be generated, right? These are the events that will be frequently generated by the in the form, right? Now see the next category, mouse events. Okay, so these mouse events will occur whenever you click on the mouse buttons, right? Whenever you simply click, single click, then on click, left click or right click, then automatically on click event will be generated. Whenever you double click on that mouse button, on DB click event will be generated. Whenever you click on the button, automatically that mouse button goes down, right? So at that time, on mouse down event will be generated. Whenever you move the mouse on the page, okay, that is also an action. Okay, so because of moving your mouse, some action will be generated. So what kind of action it is? On mouse move action. So on mouse move event will be generated. Now next one is on mouse out. Okay, whenever you remove your mouse pointer from the web page, automatically on mouse event will be generated. Or whenever you remove your mouse pointer from the particular form component, automatically mouse move on mouse out event will be generated. Now on mouse over event. Okay, whenever you move the mouse pointer onto the particular form field, it may be text field or it may be button, automatically mouse over event will be generated. Whenever you release the finger from the mouse button, automatically your mouse button will comes up, right? So at that time, on mouse up event will be generated. These are the major events that we can generate with the help of mouse button. Let us see one simple example for this. I'll show you some example how to write the code for mouse events. Let's see this code. So HTML body, inside the body, I'm writing the JavaScript code. Let us see this function. Try to understand this function. So here, first of all, I am creating one background color area. I am creating one style on the web page. Some area I am coloring with green color. Okay, so that area size width is 120 pixels and height is 20 pixels of size on the web page. With that coordinates, I am creating one area. So that area is colored with the green color, right? Now see, whenever here I am writing mouse on mouse over, on mouse over. Okay, whenever I move the mouse pointer on that area, automatically it is calling m over of this function, m over function. Okay, so what is the m over function? Inside the m over function, what I am doing is, so in that object, I want to display the message like, in that area, I want to display the message like, thank you. Okay, and next one is, whenever you remove the mouse pointer from that area, I want to execute some function, I want to generate some event. Okay, automatically whenever you remove the mouse pointer from that area, on mouse out event will be generated, right? At that time, I want to execute some function called as mout function. Okay, so in that mout function, I am just displaying the message like mouse over me. Okay, that indicates that mouse is removed from that area. You just move the mouse onto that area. Okay, let us see the execution of that one. Let me show you the output of that one. Yeah, see, this is my area colored with green color with so specified coordinates, right? Now my mouse pointer is out of that area. Okay, so on that area it is showing that mouse over me. Okay, whenever I move the mouse, whenever I move the mouse, on mouse move event will be generated. Okay, whenever on mouse event will be generated, it should call on mouse move one function, right? In that function I wrote to display the message thank you. Whenever I come out of that loop, come out of that block, automatically on mouse out event will be generated. Then because of that, it is displaying on mouse over me message, right? This is one simple example for mouse move and mouse out event. Let me show you one more example on mouse event itself. See here, I want to show you the mouse down and mouse up event. Whenever you click on the mouse, automatically your mouse button will goes down, right? So at that time, whenever mouse down event is generated, I want to call m down function. So what I wrote in that m down function, here also see, I have created some area with some color. That area of size 90 pixels width and 20 pixels height. In that area, I want to display one message whenever mouse down event is generated. What is that message? Release me. Okay, right? So whenever you release the mouse button, on mouse, automatically your mouse button will comes up, right? So at that time, on mouse up event will be generated. So whenever it is generated, I want to call that function. I am handling that event to mup function. So here mup function is a listener. Who reacts to your event is a listener. Okay. So whenever I release the finger from the mouse, automatically that mouse button will comes up. That time on mouse up event will be generated. Okay, whenever on mouse up event will be generated, it is just displaying the message like thank you. Let's see that output also. Mouse down. See here also with same area, but it is filled with red color. Now here I am moving onto the mouse onto that area. It is not changing any state, right? So here the event is mouse up and mouse down. So here I am placing the mouse pointer in that area and I am clicking the mouse button. Okay, right? I am clicking the mouse button. Whenever I click on, automatically mouse down event will be generated, right? Because of that, it is displaying the message like release me. Whenever I release, automatically on mouse up event will be generated. Because of that, it is displaying the message like thank you, right? Whenever I click, it is going down. So it is mouse up event will be, mouse down event will be generated. Whenever I release, mouse up event will be generated, right? So this is the one more example for mouse events. Now next, come back to our discussion. Next one is keyboard events. So because of keyboard buttons also we can generate the events. Let's see what kind of events will be generated with keyboard. Again same, key up, key down and key press. Whenever you click on the key on the keyboard, automatically your key will goes down, right? So at that time on key up event will be generated. So what action you want to perform whenever this event is generated, that script you have to assign to this attribute. Next one is whenever you click on the button, two events will be generated. One event is on key press event, and whenever it is pressing, your key will goes up down, right? At that time on key down event will be generated. Whenever you release the finger, automatically your key comes up. That time on key up event will be generated. Okay, these are the mouse keyboard events. Now come back to the another example on click event. So whenever you click on mouse left button or whenever you click on the keyboard button, automatically on click event will be generated. Okay, just see one example, sample example program. Okay, when the on click event will be generated. So this is the most frequently used event type which occurs whenever the user clicks on the left button of the mouse. Okay, whenever this on click event is generated, if you want to hand over that event to some other listener, okay, some listener, you have to attach that listener to this event. Okay, so like validation kind of functions, or sometimes you can also display some warning kind of messages against this type, this event. Okay, let's see an example program. So here all this stuff is common: HTML, head, body, form. Here I am creating one form. Inside that form I am creating one button. Okay, one user defined button I am creating with the name click me, right? Whenever I click on that button, on click event will be generated, right? So whenever on click is generated, that event I am handling over to the my function. Okay, so your my function will get executed. So inside the function, what I am writing here, I am just messaging, I am printing one message like a button was clicked using alert box, right? So in this example, what is the event and who is the event source and who is the listener? Here button is a event source and event is on click. Listener is my function. Okay, whenever I click on the button object, automatically on click event will be generated. That on click event will be handled by calling the my function. Okay, so inside the my function, I am just printing one message kind of thing. Here in this case, if you want to write any kind of validation code, or if you want to write any code to submit that data to the server, you can write it. Anything you can write it under function. So here, just for the example sake, I wrote one message. Whenever I click on the mouse button, automatically this message will get executed. Okay, let us see the output of this program also. Okay, so here one more example I want to show you. Not only with the button, You can also generate this on-click event with text kind of source also. Okay, let us see this example once. Here I am creating one text, heading text with the name. Click on this text. This is my text I am creating. I am displaying on the page, right? So whenever I click on this text, I want to generate one event, on-click event. On-click event will be generated, whatever it is. It may be a window, or it may be a document, or it may be a form component. Whenever you click on that, automatically on-click event will be generated. Here I am writing text. Whenever I click on the text, on-click event will be generated. Okay. Whenever it is generated, I am handling that over. I am transferring that event to this function. What is this function? Change text function, right? So automatically, that change text function will be executed. So inside this change text function, what I am doing is, I am just printing one message like, hello, how are you? Message. So here, this message I am printing directly on the screen. Okay, using inner.html method. That inner.html method is the form, document object method. So with that, it is printing that message on the screen. Let me show the output. Okay, see the output. Right here, it is getting display one text. Whenever I click on the text, on-click event will be generated. Because of that, it is calling one function. In that function, I wrote the message like, hello, how are you? Okay. So here on-click event will be generated because of any event source. It may be generated because of text, or it may be generated because of buttons, anything. Okay. Let's come back to our class. See the next one. Next important event that we can see generally on the form is on submit event. So when this on submit event will be generated is, generally on any web form, we will see the submit button, right? So whenever you click on the submit button, whatever data that is there in that form, that will be submitted to the server, right? So because of that submit button, the data will be posted to the server. So whenever you click on the submit button, automatically on submit event will be generated. So whatever code that you have assigned to that on submit, that action will be performed on the back. So you can put your form validation code, or you can put any database interactivity code, any code you can write it. Okay. So that whenever that submit button is clicked, on submit event will be generated. Then your event will be forwarded to that specified function, right? Now see one example program for this. See here, as usual, HTML body, paragraph, some text I am displaying on the screen. Okay, your form tag. Okay, always all the form elements we need to place inside the form tag only, right? So here inside this form, I am creating one text field, and here I am creating one submit button, right? Whenever I click on the submit button, automatically on submit event will be generated. All these events we need to write it as a attributes in the form tag. Okay, so all these events are right in the form of attributes. Suppose if the submit button on submit event will be generated because of submit button, right? So that should be written inside the form tag. Because of button, on click event will be generated. So on click event will be on click attribute we need to mention inside the button tag, right? So whenever I click on the submit button, on submit event will be generated. I am handling over that event to the my function. So let us see the my function. Here I am just printing the message like my form submitted. Okay, actually what happens here is, whenever I click on the submit button, automatically your data will be posted to the specified URL, whatever URL you have specified as the action attribute. In the action attribute, to that place your data will be submitted, right? So here right now I am not connecting to the server. That is the reason why, just for understanding sake, here I wrote the function. Whenever I click on the submit button, I am just printing the message like form was submitted. But actually, whenever I click on the on submit submit button, that on submit event will be generated, and because of that, whatever action, whatever URL you have supplied here, to that person the data will be posted. Okay, let's see this example also. So here you can see one text field. Here enter some text. Enter some text. You just click on the submit button. Okay, so because of that, submit event will be generated. Okay, one function will get executed. Inside that function, I wrote the code for printing the message like form was submitted using alert box, right? So these are the two important events that we can see the frequently we can see on the web pages: on click event and on submit events. Let us see next one, on load event. So this on load event will be generated whenever your page is loaded into the window. Okay, so this on load event will be generated automatically whenever your page is loaded into the browser window. Just see the code here. Here this on load event will not be generated by any external source. Automatically, whenever you click on the browser button, your window will get up. Your window will be opened on the screen. So whenever your page is loaded into the window object, then on load event will be generated. Okay, so here inside the body tag, whenever the page is loaded, on load event will be generated. Whenever on load event is generated, I just want to call just to display the message like page successfully loaded. Okay, using alert method, right? So here inside the once it is loaded, I just want to print the message like the page is loaded successfully. Okay, let me show the output of this program also. Load.html. Right, automatically whenever that page is loaded, it is displaying the message like the page is loaded successfully. Okay, this is all about events. So till now we have discussed about categories of events and who will generates the events, and whenever the event is generated, how that event will be handled. Okay, and we have seen some example programs for mouse events, on load event, on click event, and on submit button also. So this is all about event handling in JavaScript. So this event will be generated any element. Okay, mostly every HTML element will be responsible for generating some event. So whatever action you want to assign whenever the event is generated, you can assign that value to the that particular event type. Automatically, whenever that event is generated, that action gets to be executed. So this is all about event handling. Hope you people understood about what is event, how to generate the events, and what are the categories of events. Okay, thank you one and all.